Modern applications demand constant, real-time data streams. From AI to global financial dashboards, millions of systems rely on information flowing continuously across the planet. But networking hardware is bound by physical geography. Local communication protocols are strictly designed to operate within finite, physical boundaries. Inside a single building, a laptop easily sends a request to a smart TV using hexadecimal MAC addresses. But when attempting to access a remote cloud server, local technologies fail. The packet hits the network edge and is blocked. MAC addresses lack geographic awareness. To cross that physical boundary and enable global internet communication, a completely different architectural system is required. We need routing. Without a specialized protocol to translate addresses and bridge these strict network boundaries, the internet as we know it could not exist. It would immediately fracture into millions of isolated, silent data islands. To understand how data escapes the local network, we have to draw a strict boundary between two pieces of hardware, the switch and the router. A switch is designed exclusively for intra-network traffic. Its jurisdiction ends at the physical walls of the building. A router is the exact opposite, engineered entirely for inter-network communication. It sits directly on the boundary line between local hardware and the outside world. Its operational loop is strict: receive packet, examine destination, determine path, forwarded. Remove this specific edge device, and the local network goes dark to the outside world. Routers serve as the computational bridges of the internet. They take incompatible physical networks and stitch them into a single, unified global architecture. Since MAC addresses are useless outside the local network, routers require a completely different logical addressing system to track locations globally. They use the IP address. When a data packet enters a router, it cracks open the header metadata to isolate the destination IP. To know where to send it, the router consults its internal routing table, finds the optimal path, and executes the handoff. A single enterprise router executes this exact lookup and forwarding sequence millions of times every second. IP addressing maps the locations, and routing tables provide the logic. Together, they transform isolated bursts of raw data into a globally addressable payload. There is a common misconception that your local router calculates the complete end-to-end journey all the way to a server in Tokyo. As a computational model, this fails immediately. The global network shifts constantly. Nodes go offline, cables are cut, and traffic spikes. Calculating a static end-to-end path is mathematically impossible. Instead, routers use next-hop logic, calculating the optimal path only to the most immediate adjacent node. The receiving router performs the exact same localized lookup, passing the packet step by step closer to its final destination. By isolating the decision-making to the immediate next step, the network avoids massive processing bottlenecks. The internet handles planetary scale precisely because global pathfinding is a distributed, decentralized computation. It survives because no single master map exists. In practice, this decentralized handoff moves data across vast geographic hierarchies. A request leaves a Manchester home router, jumps to a London backbone, and crosses to an Amsterdam exchange point, bound for Tokyo. At every single jump, the routing table dynamically weighs multiple available paths. It evaluates latency, calculates physical distance, and monitors network congestion. But what if physical infrastructure fails? If the Singapore regional router goes completely dark milliseconds before a packet arrives? The Amsterdam router detects the failed connection, consults its routing table, and instantly pivots to a secondary path directly to Tokyo. This dynamic recalculation gives the internet its inherent resilience. The architecture absorbs and bypasses localized hardware failures without ever severing the global connection. These routing principles are no longer confined to physical hardware boxes in server rooms. They dictate the architecture of modern cloud software. Inside Kubernetes environments and internal microservices, load balancers act as virtual routers. They rely entirely on software-defined routing tables to distribute traffic dynamically across thousands of application containers. But because this entire architecture relies on distributed trust, where every node trusts the path advertised by its neighbor, it introduces a critical security vulnerability. This trust can be exploited through route hijacking. An attacker falsely advertises an optimal network path, causing surrounding nodes to update their next hop logic and divert the data stream directly toward the attacker's systems. As infrastructure migrates to software-defined models, securing this underlying routing logic is just as critical to the network as securing the application code itself. This is the complete sequence. A packet is created locally, its IP header is inspected, its destination is matched against a table, and it begins a distributed, step-by-step journey toward the target. This decentralized handoff operates constantly in the background. Millions of nodes pass packets with synchronized precision, allowing data to move around the world in milliseconds. This distributed logic is what converts a solitary laptop or server into a globally connected node. But this leaves us with a critical engineering question. If routers rely entirely on routing tables to know where networks are located, how do millions of independent routers agree on the data inside those tables? This distributed pathfinding provides the logical framework for all internet connectivity. In the next lesson, we will see how these tables are actually built as we explore the difference between static and dynamic routing.